Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Sunday afternoon. I know a couple of people have been commenting on the videos last few weeks asking me about doing a review of the C-19, the Walker C-19. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here today, guys. Yeah, I know Oliver's been asking a good bit, just asking me if I would do one, so I told him I would do it in Friday's video, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's a really good mower. You know, I've had it for 4 years now. I actually bought it from a homeowner for $6,500. I think it was new, and of course, obviously this was probably 6 years ago. I think the owner at the time bought it for close to 13. I think it's 12.5. So now I think the C-19 is a good $16,000 to $18,000. Obviously, it's a lot cheaper not too long ago, that kind of thing. But yeah, you can always find good deals, guys, buying it used, whether it's from a homeowner, whether it's on Marketplace, whatever sites might be out there. If you can find a good deal, try to jump on if you can, just because new mowers, regardless of brand, are so expensive nowadays. I talked about it in a video last week, that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, hey, listen, great mower, really like it. I'll turn the view around. We'll talk about specifics of the C-19. Hope you're having a good one. Hey guys, like you can see, here it is now. So yeah, I used it Friday when it was kind of raining a little bit and damp, and there's obviously a lot of leaves that's starting to fall now. So yeah, I got all the leaves. I just don't want to blow it off right here at my house and get leaves on the neighbor's yard, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit dirty, even though I did pressure wash it the previous weekend, excuse me. It was looking really clean, so it's not that bad. But yeah, I could definitely blow it off. I just don't want to do it right here, right now. I'll probably do it tomorrow. We're out mowing. Take my backpack blower and really just blow it off really good. So all right, guys, so listen, when it comes to the engine, that's a 19 horsepower engine. And I'm gonna compare it to my T23, make some comparisons throughout this little clip here, when talking about the C-19. So yeah, Walker, typically if it's C-19, obviously it's gonna be a 19 horsepower engine. And then you got the T23, the T25, the T27, then you got the diesel version. Obviously the number beside the T is going to be the horsepower engine that's on the mower itself. So yeah, obviously a 23 horsepower engine for T23 and so on and so forth. Not really sure exactly what the diesel horsepower is in it, but anyway, I know I believe it's a Kubota engine, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong on that, but yeah, I'm not even thinking about a diesel powered one of these because they're so expensive. But yeah, I mean, really solid mower, guys. I mean, I've had it, like I said before, I've had it for about 4 years now. I've got about 850 hours, somewhere between 850 and 900. I believe when I bought it, it had around 300 to 400 somewhere now. I really don't remember, but it didn't have a whole lot of hours on it. But yeah, I've got some good use out of it, and it's been a really solid mower. One thing I pointed out in the video previously, guys, this is one advantage I feel like compared to the Navigator. You can just see how the engine is. It's pretty easy to work on the engine compared to the X-Smart Navigator, a little bit easier, and change the oil out and that kind of thing. As you can see, there's the air filter. And here's some various components. One thing you got to consider with the Walker compared to the Navigator is a lot more grease ports. And from what I've been told, and what I do is I try to grease it, at least every time that I wash it off. I like to clean it off and pressure wash a lot of the dirt and the grime that can get, as you can see, a lot of stuff, a lot of dry grass. That's mainly because it's wet Friday when we mow. But yeah, I try to pressure wash it off and just get a lot of the built up dirt and grass that builds up inside the engine, on the deck and that kind of thing. So yeah, whenever I do that, I'll re-grease everything, all the various ports. There's one down there, I don't know if you can see it. And obviously you got some scattered throughout here, and yeah, there's a few there. So there's a lot of grease ports, so you want to keep those greased. Obviously on the deck as well, a lot of grease ports there. So yeah, you want to make sure you grease it fairly often, and I definitely do that. So you got to consider that. It's got on the deck, guys, it's got a 42-inch wide deck. I believe the Walker model is this type of mower with the hopper. Comes with 42 and 48. I actually like the 42 because a lot of these gates that I get into in these backyards, honestly, if it was a 48, I probably couldn't get through some of them. So that's the reason why I prefer the 42-inch deck. Let me let this thing down here. So yeah, to go along with the deck, I definitely recommend getting this add-on. This is the deck adjuster. Typically, if you don't have that, you're gonna have to use pins right here, 4 different pins to adjust the height of the deck. So yeah, if you get one of these mowers, definitely go ahead and get that adjuster. It's not very expensive and totally worth it. It can get frustrating if you're not really sure what height you cut it at, to be able to just adjust it on the fly instead of having to, you know, change the pins out in the various holes and whatnot. So yeah, consider that. I've never had to replace this fan, guys. That's something that I've had to do in the past. My Navigator, I've had to replace the fan a couple times, I believe, on the 2 Navigators I've had, but I have yet to have to replace the fan part. And like I said before, it's got 850 plus hours on it. So that's been good. You know, that's something you're gonna have to watch out for. And probably as I approach 1,000, I may end up having to replace that. And that's not obviously very cheap. I'm not really sure what the walker will cost to replace that, but yeah, frankly, I don't want to find out. If it'll last as long as it can, that'd be good. But yeah, as you can see, here's where I changed out the oil. There's the filter. It's got a little grime in it. I think it's honestly about time to change it pretty soon. So yeah, I need to look at my equipment log and figure out if it's time to do so. Obviously, like all my other mowers, I change it out every 100 hours. But yeah, let's see here. What else we're gonna talk about? Like I said, it's very easy to maintain. And let's see here, I'm gonna let this down. Here's the hopper, guys. Now I'm gonna compare this hopper to the T23. One advantage I think obviously the T23 has is gonna have a much bigger hopper. Now this will hold a good bit of grass. I'm not sure exactly how many bushels, but the T23 has much larger hopper, so obviously it's gonna hold more grass. So that's something to consider, you know, when it comes to determining, you know, which type of mower in terms of the walker and the different sizes that you want. Now it does hold a good bit of grass, but I do believe the bigger hopper is an advantage in terms of the amount of grass it holds. So you just got to consider that when you're thinking about purchasing a walker mower this style, when it comes to that and the amount of grass you want to hold in it. Now the power, like I said before, it's got C-19. C-19 has a 19 horsepower engine. My T23 obviously 23. So something I've noticed too, guys, especially when it comes to really thick zoysia grass and Bermuda at times, is that extra horsepower does tend to perform better when it comes to cutting that thicker grass. So yeah, I have noticed that this C-19, this 19 horsepower engine, does tend to bog down from time to time when I'm cutting that thicker Bermuda and zoysia, especially the zoysia, because that zoysia, if it's healthy and it's being treated and fertilized, can get really thick. So that's something to consider, but it still does a good job. And every now and then, if you're not careful and the hopper fills up, you can risk messing the belts up if the chute down here where the grass is thrown into the hopper itself, a lot of times, especially if it's wet and thick, it'll get clogged up and you'll just notice it starts sounding different. You'll notice the grass obviously not being sucked up, so you'll see it, you know, in clots and clumps behind you. So yeah, you got to be watching out for that. That's something, regardless of whether it's C-19 or T23 or whatever, you got to watch out for, because that thing stays clogged. You're going to run the risk of breaking some belts if you're not careful. So you got to consider that. But yeah, take that in consideration. Let's see here, guys. I think those are some good points there. Obviously, I need to replace that seat. Great mower, guys. I mean, it really is a good mower. If I had to decide between C-19 and T23, I'd probably go ahead and buy another T23, just because, like I said before, it's got the extra power. The hopper itself holds a lot more grass, that kind of thing. But it is definitely a commercial grade mower. It cuts really smooth. Let's see. It cuts smooth. Really cleans up, you know, any excess debris, sticks, and all that kind of stuff. Gives it that really good, clean cut look after you finish mowing the yards. And obviously, it's really good for, you know, the high-end residential yards where you got a lot of particular people that want you to bag the grass, even though if they don't need it. In a lot of cases, they just like knowing the bass is bagged. So you got to consider that when you're building your customer base and what it is that particular customers want, that kind of thing, guys. So yeah, consider that when you're looking into different mower. Do you have customers that want their grass bagged, as opposed to just mowing it or mulching it, that kind of thing? So yeah, y'all, hey, listen, like I said, great mower. Glad I bought it, you know, given that I bought it used. It came at a good price, I feel like, so I definitely got my money's worth for sure, and haven't had any kind of major breakdowns with it. I've had some few electrical issues, that I've had to bring it in to get fixed, but nothing major. Rarely do I have to worry about it. I don't have to really worry about it breaking down because it hasn't really had any kind of major breakdowns. Like I said before, there may be some things that I have to worry about replacing here soon since it's getting up to 1,000 hours. But overall, guys, definitely has my blessing. I think it's a great mower. Mows great, cuts smooth, just provides a great cut, great finished look when you're mowing some of these nicer yards, especially the ones that have their yard treated and fertilized. It gives a really good cut, and you can stripe with it and all that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, hey, listen, hope this is helpful to you, Oliver, and anybody else that's interested. I said good, solid overall mower for sure. So if you're interested, go to your Walker dealer and check them out. Not only the C-19, but the other versions and models as well. Like I said, you got the 223, 225, 27, and diesel version of this style mower. Now, I know they got other types of mowers that don't look like this, but yeah, I definitely recommend this style of Walker. Just a great mower overall, guys. But anyway, I hope this is helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment. Let me know if you got any questions, anything like that. God bless you. Talk to you later.